Hello viewers, welcome to NDTV's Southern Show. In this segment, we'll bring all the updates across the Southern India. We're joined by Sam Daniel from Chennai, Uma Sudhir from Hyderabad and Ritu from Bengaluru. Let's begin the segment with one important story from Tamil Nadu, that is also from Madurai Thirupparankundram. Madurai Thirupparankundram is very special place for unity in diversity, as Thirupparankundram hill has a dargah and also it paves a way for a temple also. But there was a controversy erupts following there was a chaotic situation and like a riot-like situation yesterday when following a petition which was filed by who claimed to be a devotee. He asked that the Thirupparankundram hill, where the lamp, usually Karthigai Deepam lamp would be lightened up. He asked that the lighten up should be happened in the top of the hill, which is he called that as an ancient pillar called the Deebatun. But HRNC department, which is the temple administration and dargah administration, opposed the move. They argue that that is not a practice for more than a century. The Karthigai Deepam is being lightened up in another location in a midway of the hillock, which is near Uchipilayar Koil. However, Madurai bench of Madras High Court ordered that, saying that by quoting various Sangam literature, he said that by quoting 1923 verdict, he mentioned that except the dargah portion and steps toward the dargah, all other portions of the hill belongs to the temple. So this year Karthigai Deepam should be lightened up in the top of the hill and also in the historical ancient place also. But however, yesterday administration failed to do that, which created a protest in the Thirupparankundram hill by 6 p.m. There was a chaotic situation. Even Hindutva organization held protest, raised slogan against the temple administration. There was scuffle broken out between the police officials and Hindutva organization and even a few BJP cadre. And there was immediately Madurai district collector imposed 144 section. There was a huge police officials and police personnel deployed in the region, and they controlled the situation there. Meanwhile, the petitioner filed a contempt of court with the Madurai bench of Madras High Court, saying that why HRNC department failed to follow the court order. Then the court immediately gave an order saying that the petitioner should be allowed to light the lamp in the top of the hill, along with he also ordered to CIS of officials. And then the government also filed an appeal petition. The hearing is still going. Hearing almost over. We are expecting order very shortly. Let's listen to the reaction. Various parties. There was a political war of words between DMK and BJP. Let's listen to the reactions.
Nobody is above law. When the High Court has given a very clean order, a judgment that the lamp should be lit there, because based on several judgments, this was done. We have to understand this. There was no objection from any Muslim outfits or any Muslim organizations. But wantedly, intentionally, government, in order to support, in the name of supporting Muslims, the government unnecessarily intervened here, and they have taken objection to the High Court's order. It is a constitutional breakdown.
DMK, the elected government, rather than playing the role of a moderator and ensuring peace and harmony among religion, is playing the role of religious divide in the state of Tamil Nadu. It's so unfortunate. The custodian of peace, the custodian of law and order, is acting at the interest of someone to please someone. It clearly indicates that DMK has started to play vote bank politics based on religion, based on caste. It's really unfortunate, and this incompetence of this government is going to cost big in the upcoming elections. This is highly condemnable.
There are people who want to create trouble between the Hindus and Muslims here in the state. The BJP is trying to create all kind of trouble among these people. So we want something to happen peacefully, without any problem. But what the Supreme Court had said is right. But still, there are people who want to create trouble using this. The trouble was recently created by BJP. That is why we are thinking. Otherwise, you know what BJP will do. What had happened earlier in Coimbatore and other places. They are most mischievous party. They want to divide people on caste religious lines and create a fight between these two groups.
So, of course, war of words between DMK and BJP continues over the Thirupparankundram hill. BJP calls this the DMK government acting against the Hindu sentiment. DMK gave counter saying that they are not against Hindus, but they are protecting the communal harmony in the state. So, that's the story from Tamil Nadu. Moving on to Bengaluru, we have Ritu from Bengaluru. Over to you, Ritu.
Thank you, Vijay. There in Tamil Nadu, you see the war of words only seems to be escalating, but here in Karnataka, the game of throne is still on. The silent whispers about the CM chair refuses to die down in the state, wherein we did see how that the Deputy CM DK Shivakumar has basically now reiterated, saying that he was in Delhi to attend a private event and he had nothing to do with the political meets over there. Now, of course, all that curiosity was on because he did halt there for a night. Now, whether he would be able to really seek a time of any of the senior leaders therein from the high command to meet them and discuss this whole matter was the kind of curiosity that one really had it. But however, now the Deputy CM DK Shivakumar has come out to say that it was only the private event that he had to go and attend, and also certain party arrangements, protest arrangements that needs to be done as well to provide a proper accommodation. That's the reason why Deputy CM was in Delhi, but still all eyes on both Deputy CM and the Chief Minister of when they would really be making an en route to Delhi basically. That needs to be seen. But more importantly, you see, you also have the IT Minister Priyank Kharge now in a silent whisper saying that if there is a necessity, then in a necessity that the High Command will intervene. If not, so far in the breakfast meeting that both the leaders have really had it, the matter has come to a rest. But that only time will tell us. But here are the reactions that you need to listen from basically from the Deputy CM and IT Minister. Listen in.
Only marriage. Only marriage.
There is no signal. Signal has been very clear. DCM and CM have told High Command will take a decision. High Command has told we will intervene when necessary. Signal is loud and clear. The problem is you don't want to see it.
BJP are blaming your government.
BJP needs to see. BJP needs to understand why they are in opposition. Okay, and their house only is not in order. Mr. Kumar Bangarappa, Mr. Ramesh Jarkale, all are sitting in Delhi. Who knows? The BJP president and the opposition leader might be changed before the assembly starts.
Sir Michael.
Well, we have breaking news coming in from Bengaluru, the IT city, where the 45-year-old techie's dream of building a house, in fact, led him to a suicide, wherein what is being given to understand for us is that the 45-year-old, this particular techie, who was basically wanting to build a building there in Bengaluru, was harassed by a few members from whom he had brought the land, and also further the GBA, Greater Bengaluru Authority, which is basically the civic body of the city, was also involved, allegedly is what has been said as well. But now there's a complaint that's been filed too, and the investigation in this particular matter is on. But yes, this is an irony that's come to the fore here in Bengaluru, of especially an alleged involvement of the GBA authorities in it to harass him, saying that on a lines of that the building that he was really building did not match on the rules of the GBA, and he was demanded allegedly 20 lakhs is what has been said. Now, while after he basically died by the suicide, it's also that the death note has also been left behind, but needs to be seen what's that the investigation is really going to find in this whole matter. There's another breaking news coming in from Bengaluru, therein the pressure mounting and the trouble basically mounting in for the Kannada actor Darshan, because now the income tax has stepped into this whole of Renuka Swamy murder case. What is that we are given to understand herein is that the trial court basically has accepted the petition of the IT to take the custody of the 83 lakh. Now to our viewers, basically to take you back what really has happened during the Renuka Swamy murder case. You see, it was in that investigation, in the preliminary investigation, that it was found that the actor had paid a few of his associates of around 40 lakh, including that of his another associate who's the accused 14 fine. Altogether, over 83 lakhs was paid to ensure that the actor Darshan name does not pop up in the Renuka Swamy murder case. But yes, now it's all in the IT department's hand to look into this matter. What's really going to come out in this, that needs to be seen. But we have more news now coming in from Hyderabad, where Uma will take us through. Uma, over to you.
Thank you, Ritu. Here at the Hyderabad airport, like in several airports across the country, there is chaos, there is confusion, there is anxiety, and there is very, very long queues and very long waits as well over several hours. And this is because obviously there have been flights that have been cancelled over the last few days. Just today we are hearing about 281 flights across the country have been cancelled, and 68 of them out of Hyderabad alone, arrivals as well as departures. Sir, you're in a long queue. What is your story?
Ma'am, actually our ticket was for tomorrow, that was on Friday morning 5:30, and they have the guts to send me the ticket next day of Saturday morning, 8 o'clock one ticket and 10 o'clock one ticket for different terminal for me and my wife. It was for Bombay.
So they decided themselves when you're going to travel?
They have decided themselves, and all the helplines are closed. I have contacted Make My Trip. They are saying, no, we are not bothered. You have to just contact this IndiGo people. And IndiGo, nothing, no helpline, nothing. It is not actually helpline. You can say it is trouble line.
Not able to get you in time. You're waiting for what?
Yeah, we've already, so we traveled from Mumbai to Hyderabad on 1st of December.
So you're saying 3 days before?
Yeah,
4 days before actually?
Yeah. So one of our baggage was not delivered here. So that night itself, they raised a retrieval report. They said they'll get it delivered the next day itself, home delivered. And after that, there has been absolutely no response, no update from them. We've been trying to...
You traveled safely 4 days ago, but baggage not retrieved, baggage not found, not traced at all.
Yeah, at Hyderabad airport, they'll say it's stuck at Mumbai airport. It was never put on flight. Mumbai airport, they don't have record of such a baggage there. So I don't know, it's vanished probably. And the IVR is nonsense.
Okay, so this is the kind of confusion, anxiety and frustration that many passengers are experiencing here at the Hyderabad airport. Let's go across also to Sam, my colleague in Chennai, to find out the situation there.
Thank you, Umar. The same situation not just at the Chennai airport but also in Coimbatore and Trichy airports. We come to you from the Chennai airport, and the board here talks about some cancellations, rescheduling, and of course the other flights which are online. Generally at the IndiGo counter there is a long queue, desperately passengers trying to get their flights rescheduled or get their money refunded so they can try for alternate modes of travel. And IndiGo claims that they're doing their best to help passengers in terms of rescheduling, in terms of refund, so they'll be able to make their own arrangements. Passengers say it was a nightmare over the last 24 hours. Many got stranded at several airports, including Chennai and Coimbatore. For example, a passenger told me that her flight was around early evening, but she boarded the flight ultimately around 3 o'clock this morning from Coimbatore to Chennai. And passengers who were on international flights, connecting flights, and they were put to severe hardship. With me, Ritu Dubey from
Sashi Dubey.
Sashi Dubey. Tell me how difficult it has become for you, ma'am. English.
Very difficult, heavy difficulty I feel because I am coming here for trouble, heart trouble.
For treatment.
Heart treatment. So I want to go then Raipur, but I can't do.
What does IndiGo say? Are they putting you on a different flight, or you?
IndiGo best.
What do they say?
Means convenient hai.
So when are you returning now?
Sixth. They are not anything and any information otherwise something, no, nothing. I have my friend. So I have my house, then I will took.
Right.
But where no friends, no nothing.
It will be difficult for us.
Very difficult for us. This is too much.
Very difficulty.
Then
I feel
they cannot provide accommodation or juice or tea, nothing.
Here is another member who wants to speak. Yes.
It's very sad to say to you. Very sorry. She is having heart patient, having a stunt.
Right.
Morning itself, I am looking for Google.
Right.
They are
Can't
telling
you get another flight from other operator?
no.
Okay.
They are telling that they are managing for 6th.
All right. Okay.
But in morning itself, the status shows that a flight will be depart after 1 hour, and we came for that airport. If the morning itself they have mentioned that flight cancelled, we might have not come to the airport.
For patients, it's very, very difficult.
Yes.
People who come for treatment
Correct,
to Chennai, Chennai being a health capital.
Yes,
Correct.
yes, exactly.
And,
she is
and she is like,
trouble in the teeth.
Right.
So
She came for surgery.
10 days.
Right.
She will travel 25th today, 4th. So, but I'm very, very.
Hope you get a return flight soon for her.
Yeah, exactly.
And the IndiGo, of course, claims that they're doing their best in terms of taking care of stranded passengers, providing them food and arranging accommodation if required. And for others, they provide food, they say. We'll have to wait and watch how soon this issue would be resolved, but certainly a nightmare for passengers across India, in Tamil Nadu, at least in 3 different airports.
Yes, indeed, Sam. The confusion and the nightmare continues for passengers across here. Of course, I'm seeing people standing here since the morning, long lines, and trying to find out. You're traveling to Ahmedabad, you mentioned, sir. So, what is your travel like today?
Travel has been bad. It's just, they could have done better in terms of at least letting people know, right? They're making people come here.
The gap in information.
The gap in information is just too large, right? Would they wait for me if I was 5 minutes late? But they expect us to be here, but then they are not able to.
And not making arrangements either.
Either, right? And look at the queues, right? Is this the customer service that you expect from an airline?
Yeah. You have been around waiting for a long time for the flight? What is your story?
Yeah, actually I have a group booking and my flight was scheduled to be departing from tomorrow 5:30 and now they have scheduled it to 11 tomorrow night. So
how many of you are traveling?
10.
And where are you going?
Goa.
This is meant to be a holiday.
Yes.
Didn't take
We already
at all.
we already have a non-refundable booking in hotel. So what we should do? And there is no support for group booking. Like we cannot reschedule at our own by going to the website. For individual booking there is a support, but no support is provided. They're just saying like mail it. And we are mailing from the last night itself and we are not getting any response back.
So everyone has a story. Everyone has an issue with the way this is all panning out. Let's also go across to Deepak Bopanna at the Bengaluru airport. Deepak, what is the situation there? Because across the country, more than 281 flights today, and yesterday's flight delays and cancellations have caused that much more of a cascading effect, and everyone complaining about the gap in information being reached out to the passengers.
Well, we're here at the Kembegowda International Airport. This is the Terminal 1 and as you can see, the crowds at this point in time seem pretty normal. At the departure gate, there are quite a few people waiting, but the bigger concern is for the people who've been flying IndiGo. For operational reasons, especially because of lack of staff and some technical issues, they've been cancelling and delaying multiple flights. The data that we have is that on the 4th of December, that is today, there are at least about 70 flights or 72 flights that have already been cancelled, both those which were supposed to arrive in Bengaluru and those which were supposed to also fly out as well. And yesterday as well, there were about 40, so taking the total to easily over 100. I have a couple of passengers here with me who were trying to, of course, fly out. You have your boarding pass. That's an IndiGo boarding pass. Could you just show it for the cameras as well? Tell us what's the status of your flight now?
No, actually it's been cancelled. Okay. Flight is cancelled. We have come from Goa. It actually we have planned to Goa from Delhi. Okay. It's been cancelled. Again we have come to Bangalore to go to Ayodhya. But again this flight is also cancelled. We are in in the state of situation.
Well, thank you for speaking to us, and hopefully you will be able to, manage your travel. Well, unfortunate situation like him, many passengers really who are hoping to get to their destinations. Now, two reasons why they'll be, of course, faced with a lot of problems is one is, the price of a new ticket is never going to be the same that they had probably pre-booked. The other is non-availability of flights even through other airlines. Right now, of course, IndiGo, like they're saying to the passengers, are giving multiple reasons. But from what we're picking up, it's mainly, shortage of, pilots, staff, crew members, and more importantly, some technical issues as well that they're facing.
Well, we have some update from the Pilots Association who have written to the DGCA. They blame it on IndiGo. They say the IndiGo management decided to adopt a lean manpower system which has caused this disruption. They say IndiGo had a 2-year period available for putting in place the new rules, but they adopted what they call as a hiring freeze policy. And IndiGo, they blame, showed short-sighted planning, which has now resulted in this countrywide disruption affecting large sections of passengers across the country. Well, this is what the pilots' body has now written to the DGCA. What does IndiGo have to say? We'll now go across to my colleague Uma for this. Uma.
Yeah. Yes, Sam. While you are reading out the Pilots, Federation of Pilots statement itself on this entire chaos, we also now have an official statement from IndiGo Airlines, which is in fact saying that they are trying to contain the disruption and trying to restore the stability. Of course, IndiGo has been one of the most reliable airlines in India, and everyone quite disappointed that an airline that is much loved and much respected by for its on time has now shown, in fact, one of the lowest on-time arrivals, OTP as they call it, on-time performance, about 35%. And therefore, there is also, they have initiated calibrated adjustment to the plans, and they are trying to take measures to in order to be able to contain this within the next 48 hours. And they are saying that measures will be taken, allow us to normalize the operations, and we are attempting to recover our punctuality as well. So IndiGo now trying to make amends and issuing the statement to say that they are trying to go and to where did you have to travel, sir, and delays?
Bhubaneswar. Explicitly, if it's a 3-hour delay, I just want to ascertain from, the staff there.
Yeah. So people quite patient with the kind of delays that are happening here. But yes, this is something that is disrupting the cycles and their schedules of many, many people here. So we did speak earlier as well to passengers who had arrived at the airport here and were waiting overnight as well for the announcement or for the queues, for the delays that were happening to be able to take the next flight out. Let's listen in to what those passengers had to say. So at least 70 flights that are either arriving or departing from here have been cancelled, and that's the reason why there is such a long queue at the IndiGo counter itself, where people are trying to inquire about the delays that have happened and also the number of hours that they are spending here, when they can get out of this. I'll start with you. How long have you been here? What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Anil Matthew. I live in Pune. I had this flight at 8:50 last evening, and initially we got messages that the flight is delayed by 1 hour from 11:15 to 2:15, then 6:15, and finally after a lot of chaos they have allowed to board a flight at 7 in the morning. And again we noticed that only the hostesses were there, and the captain and the commanding the first officer was not there in the flight. We were made to sit in the aircraft for more than 3 hours. Then after a lot of hue and cry, 2 pilots came in again. After some time they announced that they are not getting the ATC clearance from Hyderabad, and they're also not getting the parking bay in Pune either.
Now again I got a message that it is delayed more 4 hours. Actually I got a meeting in 8 o'clock in Mumbai.
You had to miss that as well.
Yes,
so let me just go across to one other person. What flight are you looking at and what have you missed out on?
I'm looking at Chennai. Both of us are due to go to Chennai since 6 in the morning, and it's just being rescheduled again and again and again. And it's crazy chaos down at the gates, everyone waiting to come out, move their bags out.
So that's the terrible situation that we are talking about here at Hyderabad. So among the many people who are able to perhaps access phone lines or complain and express their unhappiness, I have with me here Lakshmi. She was someone who is going to Kuwait to work as a domestic help there. She lost her husband 4 months ago, and because she has huge debts that she incurred after her husband died, that's the reason why she is traveling in fact to Kuwait, leaving her school-going son in fact, and she has been here since yesterday. She came from Tirupati. She was supposed to take last night's flight to Kuwait and now does not even know. She had no accommodation for the night and she does not know whether she'll manage to in fact take a flight out of here. Language is also an issue because she only speaks Telugu. ఎట్లాంటి ఇబ్బందులు పడుతున్నారు మీరు ఇక్కడ?
చాలా ఇబ్బంది పడుతుంది. నిన్నటి నుంచి మేడం ఇంకా ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాను. ఫ్లైట్ నైట్ అన్నారు, వాళ్ళకి ఏమీ లేదు. నైట్ 9 గంటలకు అన్నారు. అప్పటికి గడక చెప్పలేమంటున్నారు. ఏమీ తెలియటం లేదు మేడం. ఇంకా ఎంత టైం పడుతుందో తెలియదు. నిన్నటి నుంచి భోజనం లేదు, ఏం లేదు. ఇక్కడే
అరేంజ్మెంట్స్
ఏమి చేయలేదు. ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాను.
రాత్రంతా ఇక్కడ
రాత్రి ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాను మేడం, ఎక్కడికి పోలేదు.
So all night long she has stayed here and she doesn't know when the next flight out will come. She has come all the way from Tirupati here. She lives in Kadapa and she has to go to Kuwait where she is supposed to take up a job and she doesn't know how to communicate or get further information. There is no one reaching out to her to tell her any kind of a help. So this is also a story that we see playing out in many parts of India as this disruption is disrupting lives and causing chaos across the country. So that's it then on Southern View. Thank you so much for watching from all our colleagues across the southern part of the country and also our team in Delhi. Thank you so much for watching. Lots more coming up after a short break.